What if I told you there's a Warlock build that lets you suspend every enemy on the battlefield, detonate them with cascading ignitions, and regenerate all your abilities so fast you literally never stop? What if that same build made you nearly unkillable, let you fly through higher difficulty activities, and gave you a super every time you blinked? Welcome to Insightful Gaming, where we crack the meta every single week. Today, we're unveiling a Prismatic Strand Warlock build that's currently breaking the game. With the new Mataya Doxia Exotic Chest, this setup turns Arcane Needle into a suspension nuke factory. You'll ignite waves of enemies instantly, spam your class, grenade, and melee endlessly, and hit Transcendence so fast it feels like you're real super. If that's the kind of light you want to unleash, hit like, smash subscribe, and turn on those notifications. We've got chapter markers below, and if you want more cracked builds or need help fine-tuning your loadout, join our Discord and Insightful Gaming clan. Both are linked in the description. The centerpiece of this build is the new Mataya Doxia Exotic Chest armor, which completely redefines Arcane Needle. Every target damaged by a melee emits a suspending detonation when defeated. And if you land multiple needles on the same enemy, boom, a larger, more powerful detonation triggers immediately. It doesn't stop there. Defeating suspended enemies feeds your melee energy, letting you throw needles constantly. And because Arcane Needle is now strong against barrier champions, this single ability becomes utility, control, and DPS in one. The loop is vicious: melee to suspend, suspend to detonate, detonate to regain melee, and all while rapidly regenerating your grenade and class abilities too. Combined with Prismatic's Fragments and boosted by your gear and seasonal artifact perks, you become a walking ability engine. Every tool you have is always online, and the deeper you push into higher difficulty activities, the stronger this engine performs. To complement the unstoppable momentum of your ability engine, this build uses weapons that don't just synergize, they accelerate the entire gameplay loop. The primary weapon is Devil's Ruin, and it's nothing short of busted in the current sandbox. Reworked in Edge of Fate, Devil's Ruin now activates its solar beam after picking up a fire sprite. This beam doesn't just scorch, it ignites on kill, chaining explosions across groups. The intrinsic anti-unstoppable synergy is the icing on the cake, making it a top-tier option for endgame activities. It comes with the new Pyrogenesis trait, which helps restore grenade energy on final blows, fitting perfectly into your ability regen loop. With a magazine boost to 20 rounds and a smoother engagement rhythm, Devil's Ruin is now a DPS tool, a crowd clearer, and a champion counter, wrapped in one. Your special slot is taken by Mint Retrograde, the rocket-assisted frame pulse rifle introduced in the final shape. This isn't just a cool new archetype, it hits hard and it hits smart. It comes with 2 perks, Rewind Rounds and One for All. Rewind Rounds feeds back ammo with each precision hit, and One for All gives you a 35% damage bonus after tagging 3 different targets. In a build that's constantly lifting and grouping enemies through suspensions and threadlings, Mint Retrograde becomes the ultimate tool for farming Transcendence while deleting clustered mobs. Finally, your heavy weapon is Outrageous Fortune, a new grenade launcher that synergizes directly with your ability kit. Its standout perk, Blast Distributor, rewards you with enhanced grenade regeneration every time you deal splash damage. The second perk, Bait and Switch, pushes its boss DPS potential even further. By rotating through your weapons before firing, you get a significant damage bump that's perfect for elite targets and mini-bosses. This build is all about tight synergy and constant uptime across your entire toolkit. You're running Song of Flame for your super, Phoenix Dive for instant healing and Fire Sprite generation, Arcane Needle as your suspending strand melee, and Threadling Grenade to flood the field with tracking damage and crowd control. Your aspects are Weaver's Call and Feed the Void, giving you both a source of Threadlings and near-constant Devour uptime. You can swap Weaver's Call for Helion if you want more explosive output at the cost of 1 fragment slot. For fragments, you're using Facet of Dawn, Hope, Protection, Balance, and Devotion. Together, they accelerate your Transcendence uptime, boost ability regeneration, increase survivability, and reward light-based kills with more energy. The entire system loops effortlessly. Every kill and ability cast feeds into the next. With prismatic subclasses, your stat priorities shift, and this build takes full advantage of that. You're targeting 100 in weapons, ability, grenade, and nearly 100 in melee, creating an ability engine that feels permanently juiced. These 4 prismatic stats directly influence how fast your cooldowns regenerate and how often you trigger Transcendence. And in this setup, everything is tuned for speed, uptime, and chaos. Maxed weapon stat means you're generating Transcendence energy rapidly through weapon kills, especially with Devil's Ruin and Mint Retrograde feeding into that loop. Class ability being capped ensures your Phoenix Dive is always ready for healing, fire sprites, and Threadling spawns. Grenade at 100 lets you spam Threadlings constantly, key for both ad clear and suspensions. And your melee sitting just under 100 is effectively maxed thanks to the refund loop from Mataya Doxia. This mod setup is built for non-stop ability uptime and seamless orb generation. On the helmet, you're using Heavy Ammo Finder for grenade launcher ammo, Hands-On for bonus super energy from melee kills, and Harmonic Siphon to generate orbs with solar weapon multi-kills. Your arms are stacked with synergy. Grenade Font and Melee Font boost your grenade and melee stats respectively while charged, and Bolstering Detonation refunds class ability energy when you land grenade hits, keeping Phoenix Dive on standby. Your chest slot is flexible. Slot damage resistance mods based on the activity, whether it's sniper, arc, or concussive. On your legs, Innovation reduces grenade cooldown on orb pickup. Stacks on Stacks doubles armor charge from each orb, and Recuperation gives you instant health on orb pickup, keeping you alive while feeding cooldowns. Finally, the Warlock Bond locks in the loop. Reaper creates orbs after weapon kills following class ability use. Outreach refunds melee energy when using Phoenix Dive, and Class Font boosts your ability stat when charged. Every mod pushes your kit harder. Faster cooldowns, more orbs, more uptime, more kills. This build leans hard into artifact perks that directly enhance your suspension loops, ignite chains, and overall ability uptime. From Column 2, Tightly Woven gives bonus class ability and grenade stats while Woven Mail is active, keeping Phoenix Dive and Threadling grenades cycling non-stop. One with Frost is part of the path, but not core to this setup. In Column 3, Fever and Chill grants Radiant after rapid solar precision hits, which pairs perfectly with your Devil's Ruin for constant ignition potential. Elemental Benevolence returns class ability energy when allies receive elemental buffs, especially useful in team content for chaining Phoenix Dive. Make sure to also pick up Reciprocal Draw. Column 4 includes one important perk, Cauterized Darkness, which increases solar damage dealt to strand debuffed targets like suspended enemies, boosting your explosion output. From Column 5, Radiant Shrapnel causes enemies killed while scorched or radiant to erupt into solar projectiles, spreading even more scorch. Shield Crush boosts both melee and grenade regen and damage while radiant or amplified, directly fueling your loop. These artifact perks are essential. They keep your momentum high, your loop seamless, and your damage output deadly. If this build helped you out, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Join our Discord and insightful gaming clan through the links below for more top-tier builds and end-game help. Until next time, unleash your light and crack the meta.